Now packing in the metallic crystal. First we have the packing in the 1D. In the 1D there is only one option, we can arrange the particle in one row. Then when we have the packing in the 2D, packing in the 2D is of the two type. First we have the square 2D packing that give the AAAA type 2D packing. What we have to do, we have to arrange each particle in such a way so that the particle of one line they have the common center of gravity. If this layer is called A, the second layer is exactly similar to the first. If this row is called A, the second row is exactly similar to the first, so that's why second layer is also the A type. Here we have the square void. This void formed between the particle is called the square void. The relationship A is equal to 2R. Number of particle in one unit cell, we have the one particle per unit cell. What is the coordination number? Coordination number, how many particles are directly in touch with the one reference particle? 1, 2, 3, 4. So coordination number becomes the 4. Now we have the hexagonal 2D packing. What we do in the hexagonal 2D packing, the particle of the second row are present in the depression of the first layer. Particle of the second row are present in the depression of the first layer, that give the AB type 2D packing, or that is also called the hexagonal 2D packing. In this one if you see, then we have a unit cell which is of the hexagonal shape, and in this one the unit cell which has the square shape. What kind of void we have here? In this one we have the void that is called the triangular void. One triangular void down and then one triangular void up. One triangular void down and then one triangular void up. What is the relationship between A and R? 2R is equal to A. Then number of particles in the one unit cell, we have the 12 corner. Each corner has the contribution 1 by 3. Sorry, we have the 6 corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 corner, and each one has the contribution 1 by 3 plus 1 particle in the center. So number of particles become the 3. Coordination number, how many particles in the direct contact? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One reference particle is surrounded by the 6 particle in the surrounding. Then these are the 2D packing. Okay, now we have the 2D packing, and from the 2D packing we have to find out the 3D packing. So what is the base? In the base either we have the AAAA type 2D packing, or in the base we have the AB type 2D packing. So packing in the 3D, first we have AAAA type 3D packing. AAAA type 3D packing from the AAAA type 2D packing. Look what I have done in this one. Black particles are the particles of the first layer. The red particle are the particle of the second layer, and red particle and black particle are just above the each other. Then particle of the blue color, they are at the red particle, but again these blue particle are just above the particle of the red layer or the black layer. So each particle have the same center of gravity. If first layer is called the A, second layer is similar to the A, third layer is also similar to the A. So that is called the AAAA type 3D packing, and that give the simple unit cell. Okay, so this give the simple unit cell where A is equal to 2R. Packing efficiency we already know, it is the 52.4. Coordination number is the 6, and cubical void we have here. Now what the next we have 3D packing. 3D packing from the AB 2D packing. Look, black particle are the particle of the first layer. What I do in this one, triangular void of the first layer is covered by the particle of the second layer. In the first layer we have the particle number 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and on the triangular void of the 1, 2, 3 we have another particle red. Okay, so that shape which we have, the void space which we have between the one particle 1, 2, 3 and this red particle is called the tetrahedral void. How we have the tetrahedral void? When triangular void of the first layer is covered by the particle of the second layer. Whenever the triangular void of the first layer is covered by the particle of the second layer, we have the tetrahedral void. Coordination number of the tetrahedral void is the 4. And if we have a small particle in the tetrahedral void, then radius of the small particle that is a blue divided by radius of the bigger particle, that may be the black or that may be the red, is always equal to 0.414. Means what we can say, R is equal to 0.414 of R. Small r is equal to 0.414 of R. Means what? A particle, a smaller particle whose radius is the 0.414 time of the bigger particle, that can be exactly fit in the tetrahedral void without any disturbance. Okay, now you see in this one, look, triangular void of the first layer. The triangular void of the first layer in this part, triangular void of the first layer apex up is covered by the triangular void of the second layer apex down. Means 2, 3, 4 over the 2, 3, 4 we have the particle, 3 particle of the red layer, and the triangular void of the black layer is just above the triangular void of the layer red. So that gives the one octahedral void. Okay, this kind of arrangement is called the octahedral void. How we have the octahedral void? Octahedral void form when triangular void of the first layer is covered by the triangular void of the second layer. When triangular void of the first layer, that may be apex down, is covered by the triangular void of the second layer, that may be apex up. This is the structure we have. Coordination number is the 4. If we have a small particle here in the octahedral void, then that particle is surrounded by the 6 particle, 3 particle down and 3 particle up, that is have the coordination number 6. If the small particle which is present in the octahedral void has the radius small r and bigger particle has the radius capital R, then small r divided by capital R is 0.732. Means what we can say, R is equal to 0.732 R. Means a smaller particle whose radius is the 0.732 times of the bigger particle can exactly fit in the octahedral void. Now we have to place the particle of the third layer. So what we have, look, this is the tetrahedral void, this is the tetrahedral void, but this one is the octahedral void. This one is the tetrahedral void and this one is the octahedral void. So now if I want to place the particle of the third layer, I have the option, either I can place on the tetrahedral void or I can place on the octahedral void. If particle of the third layer is placed on the tetrahedral void, that give the AB 3D packing. Okay, if particle of the third layer is placed on the tetrahedral void, that give the AB 3D packing, that is the hexagonal close packing. But if the particle of the third layer is placed on the octahedral void, that give the ABC 3D packing, that give the FCC. It is very important to remember, if the particle of the third layer is placed on the tetrahedral void, that give the AB 3D packing, that is the hexagonal close packing. And if the particle of the third layer is placed on the octahedral void, that give the ABC 3D packing, that is the FCC. So look, if this layer is the A, second layer is the different, it is the B, then third layer is again the A. So whenever the tetrahedral void is covered by the particle of the third layer, that give the AB packing, that is the HCP. This is the figure we have. Coordination number is the 12. One particle surrounded by the 6 particle in the same layer, 3 particle down and 3 particle up. Radius A is equal to 2R. Okay, this A is equal to 2R. Packing efficiency we have already covered, 74%. Height formula, height is equal to 4 under root 2 R divided by under root 3 and volume is the 24 under root 2 R cube. when the particle of the third layer is placed on the octahedral void, that give the FCC with respect to body diagonal, and this FCC structure is called ABC 3D packing. Look, first layer particle is the particle at the corner, then next layer is the red layer. If first this particle is the A, then red layer represent the B, and then green layer represent the C. So across the body diagonal we have the formation of the FCC, that is called the ABC 3D packing. In this one, the radius and edge length relationship A under root 2 by 4 is equal to R. Coordination number is the 12. One particle is surrounded by the 12 particle, and packing efficiency is the 74%. Then location of the octahedral void and tetrahedral void in the FCC. First, location of the octahedral void, body center and each edge center is an octahedral void. Body center and each edge center is the octahedral void. Look, always the octahedral void is surrounded by the 6 particle. One particle in the back side, one particle in the front, one particle right side, one particle left, one top and one bottom. Then now you think about this edge center. This edge center is also surrounded by the one particle right, one particle left, one particle back, one particle front, one particle top and one particle at the bottom. So each edge center is also the octahedral void. Each edge center is the octahedral void, and each body center in one unit cell is the octahedral void. Number of the octahedral void is equal to number of particle. Number of octahedral void is equal to number of particle. Then tetrahedral void. Look, this red one, we have to consider the 1/8 part of FCC. In this figure I am considering the 1/8 part of the FCC. Then you check this red plane. In the red plane 3 particles are there, and above these 3 particles we have this one black particle. So here we have some void. If we move from the body center to the corner, at the center we have a vacant space, and that vacant space is called the tetrahedral void. Means center of each 1/8 part of the unit cell is a tetrahedral void. Then how many part we have? 8 part of such type. So number of the tetrahedral void is always 2n, where n is the number of particle present. Here number of particle in the FCC 4, number of particles in the FCC is 4, then octahedral void is also 4. Number of the particle in the FCC is the 4, then tetrahedral void is the 8. Now the ionic crystal. Look, in the ionic crystal generally the smaller ion will always occupy the void space, and the bigger ion generally occupy the lattice position. And how we can identify the location of the void and location of the means how can we identify the location of the cation and location of the anion? These two we identify by the basis of the radius ratio. Smaller particle, which is generally cation, occupy the locations of the different void, and bigger particle, which is generally anion, occupy the location of the lattice point. In this case we have 3 times. In this case we have to find out the radius ratio. What is the radius ratio? Radius ratio is the generally radius of the cation divided by radius of the anion, or we can say radius of the smaller particle divided by radius of the bigger particle. If radius ratio lies between 0.155 to 0.225, then smaller particle occupy the triangular void, and triangular void has the coordination number 3. Example is the boric anhydride B2O3. If radius ratio is 0.225 to 0.414, then coordination number is the 4. In such case smaller particle occupy the tetrahedral void. Example is the zinc sulfide. If radius ratio is 0.414 to 0.732, then coordination void, then A smaller particle occupy the octahedral void which has the coordination number 6. Example is the NaCl. If radius ratio is 0.732 to 1, then a smaller particle occupy the cubical void, and example is the cesium chloride. Now we have three type of the ionic crystal in our syllabus. That is the AB type. AB type further divided in the rock salt type, NaCl type, cesium chloride type, CaCl type, and zinc blende type, ZnS. Next we have AB2 type. In the AB2 type we have the fluoride type of structure, CaF2, and then we have the anti-fluoride type of structure, that is the Na2. Look, when the crystal is the AB and we have the rock salt structure, then Cl- is present at the FCC, means that is the corner and the face center, and Na positive is present at the all octahedral void. Coordination number of the Na positive is the 6, Cl- is also the 6, and in the 1 unit cell we have the 4 particles, 4 units of the NaCl. Then in the cesium chloride type, Cl- form the BCC, Cl- form the BCC, Cl- is form the primitive unit cell, means Cl- is only present at the corner, and then cesium chloride is present at the cubical void. Okay, so means this cesium positive is present at the body center, and all the corners are occupied by the Cl- that give a look like the body centered unit cell. Cesium coordination number 8, and chlorine minus coordination number is also 8, and we have the 1 unit of the cesium chloride per unit cell. Then ZnS type, zinc blende type. In this one, S-2 occupy all the location of the FCC, that is the face center as well as the corner, and Zn+2 is present at all alternate tetrahedral void. Out of 8 tetrahedral void, 4 tetrahedral void are occupied. Coordination number of the Zn+2 is the 4. Coordination number of the S-2 is also the 4, and we have the 4 particle, 4 ZnS in the per unit cell. Next we have the AB2 type. AB2 type is also called the fluoride type. In this one, this is the opposite case, where cation is present at the lattice location, lattice point, and anion is present at the tetrahedral void. In this one, calcium is present at the FCC, means all the corner and face center are occupied by the calcium+2, and F- is present at all the tetrahedral void. Then coordination number of the calcium+2 become the 8, and fluorine minus become the 4, and we have the 4 unit of the calcium fluoride per unit cell. Then we have the A2B type, that is the Na2O. It is also called the anti-fluoride type. In this one, O-2 will form the FCC, and Na positive is present at all the tetrahedral void. Na positive coordination number is the 8, and at the same time oxygen minus coordination number is also the 8. So we have the 8 unit of the Na2O, 8 particle of the Na2O per unit cell. Now the defect, we know in the solid state we only have the vibrational motion. Okay, due to the vibrational motion, what happens, sometimes some particle can dislocate from its original position and they can be present on a new location. That always generates some imperfection in the crystal, and this imperfection of the crystal is called the defect. Okay, imperfection due to the vibrational motion is called the defect. For the defect formation, delta H is always positive, it is endothermic process. Delta S is also positive, means during the defect formation entropy always increases, and always it is a spontaneous process. Always the defect formed by the natural method. So all the natural reaction are the spontaneous, and this is the entropy driven spontaneous process.